Just touching on last weekend's defeat against Stranraer, Jim, the boys worked very hard, but maybe a wee lack of creativity let the side down in the end?
Yeah, 100%. That was the case. We never looked like scoring a goal. Stranraer scored off a corner kick, a deflected shot, and then I think with 5 minutes to go they had a header. Over the piece, you know, if you're looking for positives to take out the game, I think any other time we've went behind against Stranraer, except the cup tie at Balmoor, we have looked outclassed at times, but last week that certainly didn't happen. And even when we went 2 down, we still kind of a dominated possession without doing anything with the ball in particular. But the good thing for me was we looked strong and we never succumbed to anything like's happened to us before against them. So for me, we looked as though we'd closed the gap to a certain extent, which was a positive for me.
We have to bear in mind you did go unbeaten in January, so hopefully it's just a case of getting back on your bike again.
Well, I mean, it's such a tough league, and it's a really enjoyable league. And when you look at the fixtures every week, every game is kind of a vital. And then, you know, you look to next week and you think, oh, there's another set of vital games there, and it's good. And even our next 2 Saturdays, we're at home to Ayr United and Morton, two clubs that, you know, we don't always see it at Balmoor, and it's good to be in amongst them. And to be honest, that's where we are in amongst them, and we've got to take a wee pride out of that, the fact that we're still so close. We have lost a couple of games, but we're well capable of, you know, of picking up again. And, you know, last week for him, I'm bemoaning not having any creativity and cutting edge, but when you're minus McAllister and Stevenson, it's a big part of your team. So, you know, we'll just kick on again, and we've got a big, obviously, couple of weeks and then a big month coming up, so that will certainly define our season.
Yeah, those couple of home games in succession, how important is it to, get 6 points?
It would be fantastic to get 6 points, because if we could do that, we would be right in amongst the pack at the top. But, you know, first game first. I mean, I think tomorrow's a big game in its own right. So knowing that if we beat Ayr United, we could certainly say that, you know, we're going to be mid-table at least, you know, and because it would open up a big gap, certainly when you see the fixtures elsewhere. So I think tomorrow, first of all, is a big game. Ayr United's a much improved team. We obviously a good experienced manager, and they've brought in players in loan for Bolton and Blackburn. So it'll be tough, but you know, if we were to pick up points in the next 2 weeks, or certainly 6 points, it would be fantastic for everybody.
You beat them back in October at Balmoor. Can you take anything from that, or is this just a totally different game?
Well, I think it's totally different now, just because of the, you know, obviously they've changed a lot of personnel, and I do think they're also good players in their side anyway. But I think we can take, you know, a lot of comfort with the fact that we've beaten them twice, although the second game didn't count. So we'll get into it, you know, feeling that we can win the game, and you know, as I said before, it would be a big game to win.
And what's your team news, injuries and suspensions?
Well, Rory McAllister still suspended. Dean Cowie will still be missing. He's still going through some sort of rehabilitation for his knee. Ross Smith has got a poisoned toe, so he's doubtful, but we'll see how he is. And Jamie Stevenson, I think, will make the bench at best. But we've got a good enough squad. Nicky Riley's certainly looked sharper this week in training, so you know, we'll and Andy Rodgers will start, because I think that's what we missed out last week. We didn't have an out-and-out striker in the team, and Andy will start the game tomorrow, so you know, it's his wee chance to kick on.